All right, in this section, we're going to be talking about something called a box plot. So what we'll do is I'll start with an example and with some data. So I have the following data. I have 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 6.8, 7.2, 8.8. I made a mistake. 8, 8.3, 9, 10, 10, 11.5. So first, let me count the amount of data that we have. 14 pieces of data. All right, that means there's no middle value. So I have to look at data values 7 and 8. And that's these two guys right here. So the median is going to be the average of those two numbers. That's going to equal 7. And basically what we have then is 7 being our median. We can look at our lower data and our upper data. So 7 is not actually in the list, so I'll take the first 7 numbers that are before, that would have been before 7. That would be the 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, and 6.8. And the upper data will be 7.2, 8, 8.3, 9, 10, 10, 11.5. So if you look for each piece here, the lower data, we have 7 pieces of data, and the upper data, we also have 7 pieces. Now, since 7 is odd, that has a middle number. Right here, this guy right here, the fourth number here will be Q1, and the fourth number here will be Q2. Actually, that's Q3. The median counts as Q2. Now, a box plot of this looks like the following. You draw a box. I'll make it bigger just so it's easy to see. You draw yourself a box. And then we take a look. What we do is I'm going to draw a number line underneath of this. Let me go and grab just a line underneath of here. So this edge of this box is going to be Q1, and this edge of the box will be Q2. And then there's another line that goes in here, and that's for the median. So the median will be some sort of a dashed line. And then there's one more thing here, and that's the end. This value here is the minimum of the data values, and this here is the maximum of the data values. So what we have here is called a 5-number summary. This dashed line underneath there is the median. So I have all the numbers that I need. Let me go ahead and do that. So let me draw myself another picture. And you can, if you want to, you can use you don't have to do these by hand. I'd prefer you don't do them by hand, actually, but and I think that's about right here. And let me get a number line underneath of that. So my lowest data value was a 1. I'll put that there. My Q2 was a 2. My median was 7. Q3 was 9. And the max was 11.5. And this kind of thing will also work inside of Desmos. If you want to make use of that, it'll draw a box plot. All you have to do is put the data. Let me go ahead and go into Desmos. So I found it's really easy just to type table, and I'll use X1 for my data values. Now you can, I personally would prefer to take the data and import it in, but since I've written it out by hand, I'll go ahead and put it in there by hand. So I have 1, 1, 2, 2, 4. So I'll just do 1, 1, 2, 2, 4. I have 6, 6.8, 7.2. Eight, 8.3, and 9. And then I had 2 10s, I believe, and an 11.5. I'll just check real quick to make sure those numbers are true. 10, 10, 11.5. So then if you remember, we can start another spot here. And this thing right here is going to be the most useful, this keyboard, and you grabbing the functions. Probably the easiest thing to do here is to come and just do stats, type X1, and what it will give you are these 5 numbers that you're going to use right there. You can also get a box plot. So come back here to functions, come down here. There's visualizations, a box plot. I think I'm going to need a new thing here. So let me click box plot and let me type X1, and there it is right there on the page. And let me move my screen over a little bit. There you go. You can see that it does just like I have. I'll put it in here. I'll grab it and put it in our work so that you can see it for your reference. So clearly, I don't like the look of my version. I would much rather have something like this. And so there you go, there's the box plot. All right, in this example, we have 40 books, and they've given us, well, there's the numbers, and they're in orders. That was nice of them to put them in order. So we have 40 books. So if I want the median, I need to find the mean or the average of data values 20 and 21. So we'll call this X20, call this X21. And so the median, that's the first thing I'm going to do. The median is going to equal 318 plus 326 divided by 2. And that will be 322. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these things. Now I've got an upper and lower data. So the lower is this row and the upper is this row. So now each of these is 20 across. So once again, I'm going to have to do Q1 by looking at items 10 and 11. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we are. So 10 and 11 right here. Q1 will equal 234 plus 240 divided by 2, and that's 237. And then these two right here will give me Q3. That'll equal 392 plus 398 divided by 2. 395. So let me go ahead and get a number line here. Myself some space. Oh, I guess it undid my number line. Probably best, if you want to get it scaled correctly, probably best to look at the numbers that are involved. Our lowest number is 136. And our largest number is 512. Now, Q1, that's up there, is 237, and Q3 is 395. I guess it could be started here, so let's put 237. 395. And then the median was 322. That's almost, yeah, it's probably closer to here. And then, of course, you push these out so that they go like this. Now, personally, if I were going to use this data, what I would do is I would copy the data and just open a notepad. This is the easiest way for me to go in here and to get rid of the semicolons with just commas. So we will replace all, and that takes care of that. I can close this. And now let me save it. I really don't care where I save it at. If I'm not mistaken, I think I found a place in here to put, well, I didn't, I guess not. Let's just call it data.txt. And I'm just going to keep it in, now actually, I think I said this before, CSV, for comma separated values. So I'll put the data in there, comma separated values. Let me close this. You notice it's changed to an Excel icon. Now I'll copy the data. See, it's in order, that's fine. You might be able to put the data in like this, but I'm not sure. What I'm going to do here is you can right click and you can choose a special pasting, which is one of these things. Transpose, that's the one that I want. I don't know, and the reason why this is so helpful here is that once you have it like this, you can tell here's 20, there's 21. And if I'm not mistaken, you might be able to enter that in. Let me check something out. We'll see. This is two parts to this. I want to see if I can import data so that you'll know as well. So what I'm going to try to do is come back to here, and let's start another. Well, let's start another table down here. Let me click in the fourth spot. So all you do is type table, and it starts you off. Notice we have an X2. I am going to try to take the data directly from Excel. So we'll see if I have it here. It's still copied, actually. Let's see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Then I'll know that for the future. Did I copy it? Control C. All right, it's copied now. Come back here. So no, that does not work. So let me get rid of this. No, doesn't work. All right, I'll go ahead and end it there. If I find a better way of putting data in there, I will bring it into another video. So you see here how to make the box plots. Everything you need to know about them is there. And that's why so far I'm only doing Q1, the median, and Q3. If we need any more, I'll introduce it later on.